Welcome to Sikbaggers YouTube channel. I'm Steve. Today we're going to be doing a complete walk around of the Softail build. Only because I've been getting a ton of questions on the last couple of videos about where did you get this part, where'd you get that part, how'd you like this, how'd you like that. Now I do have a complete series put together from the time that we bought the Softail when it was pretty much bone stock to what you see back here on the lift now. I announced about a week ago that I had come to the conclusion that I was pretty well done with this build. Now there was a couple of things left on the table that I had wanted to do this build originally, and that was air ride and a center stand. Outside of that, everything that I wanted to get done with this bike, I pretty well got done. We did this little video right here of like a complete walk around when we first got the bike and revealed that we were going to be doing a Softail. So honestly, I've been sitting here trying to think about where I wanted to start on this bike to talk about all of the different parts that we put on this bike to get what we have back here. So in case you're doing a Softail at home and you haven't caught those videos, just about everything that we've done on this bike, we did an install video on it to show you how to do it so you can do it at home. Now everything that we talk about today, we'll have links down in the description down below that you can click, and it'll take you straight over to those parts if they're still available. Some of this stuff that I've done to this bike is not, so we're not going to spend a whole bunch of time on those parts. So basically we'll cover this whole front end section right here. We do have the Sinister wheels. These are the diamond cut fat spoke wheels, and the tires. We got the whole package from Sinister, and like I said, we do have a video on that as well. Matching rotors. We do have axle spacers in here, and those at the time were from Harley Davidson. They've pretty well discontinued them. You may be able to still find those on eBay if you look hard enough. It's an ABS bike, so it's going to be a cover on that side and an actual spacer on this side. But we got the fork legs from Willie Shiny, and that's an exchange program. I think those are for 2017. This is a 2015 Heritage when we started. And then we got axle nut covers here from Advan Black. Now if we work our way up from there, this is just the stock OEM chrome fork cans, and this whole bar system here is also stock. It does have custom dynamics lights in the headlights and the front turn signals here, and these little lights around here, they light up white as well. We got these little tri-bar pieces right here from Factory 47. I'll put links to those down the bottom. Kind of gives you that really old school look. And that's one other thing that I probably would change since I have these tri-bar things on here. The running lights on the side look really well. The headlight for me, and I even said it in the video when I installed them, the headlight for me is really busy, so the tri-bar light just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of blends in. So I might have changed that back to a OEM style, like the glass old school lens style, and put an LED bulb in it to run with this. But it looks pretty good. We got all three of these chrome visors here, and honestly those were from Amazon, so you can pick those up just about anywhere. We got the LA Choppers braided cables, and these are for the 16-inch, and I'll put a link in the description down below to those. But all of these cables come in a kit for the 16-inch bars, and those are from LA Choppers. Now working our way up here to the top, we got the 2-inch Rhino curves. These are from Wings Custom. It's the only company on the market that does a 2-inch round handlebars. These things are thick, get tons of compliments on these, and we do have a full install video on these as well. One of the things that got kind of roached, one of the videos that I was shooting, was actually changing all of this stuff over. We had a different set of handlebars on here that didn't work over on the other side. The master cylinder for the front brake was riding up on the handlebars and putting everything in a pinch, so I kind of had to scrap that video, but I'd done all the cables and all that in that video, so apologize once again, that kind of got scraped. The cables are actually super easy to change, even on an ABS bike. We got everything switched over pretty easily when we got the correct bars in for it. Up here at the top, we have a Drag Specialties perch and switch mount kit. This comes all together, so you get the chrome perches, the chrome switch mounts, the chrome covers for the switches, and the chrome levers. One of the things I may be switching out in the future are these chrome levers. These are the Boss blades from Kiriakin. I actually have these on my Street Glide and my Road Glide, and I love them. If I do, I'll do a video on this before we get rid of the bike. We got the chrome with the black rubber in the middle, basic Avon grips. These are super comfortable grips, and they're decently priced as well, and it gives you some chrome up on there, but also gives you the rubber for your grip as well. We have the long stem drop down mirrors from JP Cycles, and then the visors I actually got on Amazon. These are 4-inch mirror visors, and like I said, I'll put links to all of this in the description. These mount super easy. I didn't do a video on these, but they just mount through the stem hole. You can put them up, you can put them down, whatever you want to do. So moving on to some of the covers, some of the chrome covers that we've done on the bike. When I did this, when I started this build, I could find a few of these covers that I've got here. They're all from Kuryakin, and there's a lot of stuff going on with Kuryakin right now. They've kind of been bought out by another company that I think got bought out by another company. If I may be wrong about that, but I know they've been bought out once, and a lot of their chrome stuff is gradually disappearing. And I said that in the video when I put these parts on, that if you're wanting to do this to your bike, you better get them now because they're going to be hard to find. So if I can find a link to these parts, I will put it down below. If not, I'll put the name of the part and then we'll just leave it blank, and you may have to do some research on your own. But we got a 2-piece set of Kuryakin. You got to buy the down tubes separate from the actual neck cover that goes on here, and it comes with a new tank bolt and all the hardware to install that, but it kind of cleans up all this wires in the front end. I have a Kuryakin neck cover on my Street Glide. Absolutely love it just because it hides a lot of those wires. So moving down here to the side of the bike, we got the Kuryakin inner primary cover, the cylinder base cover. We've got an Arlen Ness horn here. We got some little crown caps for the head bolts. Those match the crown gas cap that's up here on the other side. I'll show you that here in just a second. But these little crowns are actually, I think I just purchased them from eBay, but they're metal and they match that crown gas cap. We've got white fat plugs. These are from Tons Performance. You can get these on eBay. He has a store on there, and you can get, he's got a plethora of different colors on there, and we went with the white. I do have the braided ones on my Street Glide because it's all chromed out, so a braided set like these braided cables would look really good on there as well. But I thought the white would be a nice touch with the big fat white pinstripe that's on here. Now we got several parts from JH Choppers, and on this side of the bike we've got the OE extended. These are the XL boards. They're super long. As you can see, we got the matching shifter pegs. This shift linkage here is actually from Amazon. Once again, it's just a chrome shift linkage. Haven't had any issues out of these Amazon parts, but like I said, do a little bit of research. Don't just buy the first thing that pops up. To save yourself a little bit of money, if you're kind of balling on a budget like we were with this build, trying to save a little bit of money here and there, little stuff like that, you can kind of get away with doing some Amazon stuff on there. But as far as the rest of this stuff goes, the shift levers are stock. All of this is stock that's in here, but we do have the JH Choppers boards and the heel toe shifters. We also got the custom Sikbaggers derby cover from JH Choppers. He has ones that actually match this OE style on there, but you can get custom stuff too. And so far all of our baggers except for one has our Sikbagger derby cover on it. That's actually our logo, so he can do custom work as well. And then we also have the matching footrest in the OE style from JH Choppers here as well. I also got the Kuryakin swing arm covers and the frame cover here. If you're running fishtail pipes, the bottom left hand side on this side will have to be trimmed off, and I covered that in the fishtail video, but that covers the 2 bolts that the hangers go in. So honestly, I just snipped it off, filed it down nice and smooth, and once you put the hanger on there, that goes away. One other thing too that I want to mention is all of these bolts that you see on the bike. Some of these bolts I replaced, but these are not chrome bolts. All I did was just polish them up on the polisher. They're stainless steel bolts. They look a little rough when you first get them, but you spend a little bit of time on a polisher, you can make these things look chrome. So all of the bolts that you see that are shiny on this bike, we actually put on a polisher. Once again, the Sinister wheels and the white wall tires. Like I said, 21 in the front, 16 in the rear, and we also did the matching rear pulley on this as well. This is also from Sinister, so it matches those fat spokes on there, and all of this chrome that you see back here is actually part of the swing arm kit and the frame kit here. The exhaust we ended up going with on this bike are the Bassani fishtails. Absolutely love them. Love the sound of these things too. They're deep and they're raspy, but they're not obnoxious. So I was quite surprised because most fishtail exhausts that I've heard on the market are pretty obnoxious sounding, and these things sound amazing. They got that nice cackle when you let off the gas too, so I really like that. And the way that they mounted to the bike was super easy to do that. But we have a full install video on that as well, with sound clips of cold start and takeoff and drive-bys and stuff like that. So coming up from that, we do have the Advan Black Softail seat. We got the front piece and the passenger piece from Advan Black. It just gave this a really nice custom look on this Softail build, so nothing crazy. I like my seats custom, but I do not want my seats to be the center of attention on a bike. I like them to be custom, but also clean as well. I don't want to spend all this time and money on this and then just have this crazy seat on on here that everybody's like, oh man, look at that seat. Now moving back from that, we do have the sissy bar from CMC. This style looked a lot better than just the little thin chintzy ones that you get from Harley Davidson or most of the other aftermarket companies. So really like this backrest, but they're super proud of it, so you will pay a pretty penny if you do want a backrest like this. So back here on the back of the bike is one of the more obvious changes that we made on this bike. If you're familiar with the Softail line, you'll know that the Softail Heritage does not come with a Tombstone taillight, right? Comes with a square taillight, comes with a big goofy dog bone turn signal thing with a big turn signals out here, big flat ones. And one of the first comments I got when I did the 10 swap video was, hey man, that's not a Heritage. Heritage doesn't have a Tombstone taillight. No shit. Then I thought, well, okay, he didn't see the other videos and he just watched it till he saw the Tombstone taillight and then had to comment on it instead of watching the rest of the video where I talked about how we changed it out. So I chose a selection on the Advan Black website to pre-drill the fender for a Tombstone taillight. Now, we got a Tombstone taillight off of eBay. This is an OEM, just used taillight. I did have to hardwire it in, which is no big deal. It's just a couple of wires. And then we also got the bullet turn signals as well. So in the future, if anybody wanted to put hard bags on this, like a lot of people do, we've got these smaller turn signals so your hard bags can fit. So like I said, if you order this rear fender for your Heritage and you want to run a Tombstone, you can. You just have to buy the Tombstone. The fender will come with the little wedge that needs to go in here and the bolts to mount a Tombstone to this fender on your Heritage. So it gets rid of that kind of old school Heritage rear end and gives you a nice clean Tombstone bullet blinker rear end. Coming over to this side of the bike, we do have the Kuryakin transmission cover right here. We have the tappet cover up here and some more OE stuff from JH Choppers once again. Like we got the pegs, same as the other side. We got the points cover here. We got the rear master cylinder cover that matches the XL boards and the brake pedal. And also the chrome front master cylinder cover up there. So all of this stuff matches and you get a nice clean look on your build. So one of the other more obvious changes that we did on this was changing the dash over to look more like a deluxe. The Softail Heritage has a short dash on it, and you can buy the little extension piece that goes on the bottom that kind of makes it a full length, and it has the kind of smiley face rounded lights in here. Didn't really care for either one of those. I wanted the more deluxe look, so I got this dash once again from Advan Black. You can get this in chrome or you can get it color matched to your bike. But one of the things I had to do to make this work, I thought I could just change the dash and unplug everything and plug everything back into the new one and it would work. But the problem with that is this row of lights right here that have your turn signals and all that good stuff in it. Like I said, the Heritage is a smiley and this one is a straight bar, and that is hardwired in. This is plugged in, this is plugged, everything is plugged in except that light bar right there. So we had to go to Harley Davidson and order. All I did was just go in and order a wire harness. It's just a small harness that plugs in underneath the tank and comes up here to the top and runs all this stuff. And I just ordered one for a Fat Boy, and because it has the straight row of lights as well, you could order it for deluxe, whatever you want. They're all the same as long as it has that straight row of light. And with that, I had to order this black plastic see-through cover up here as well, because the dash doesn't come with that. It's meant to use on a deluxe where you would take this stuff out of yours and put it back in. So that's one thing. If you want to do a deluxe style dash on a Heritage, you can, but you have to change that harness. One of the first things that we got for this build was the Trask air cleaner. This is the Assault air cleaner. Absolutely love this thing, and it looks super clean on the side of this bike. It is kind of an old school looking build, but this is one of those things that I was absolutely dead set on putting on this bike, was a Trask Assault air cleaner, and I think it flows with the bike really well. I kind of cut the camera there for a second and did a little walk around to make sure I covered everything, and I actually forgot one thing back here, and that was the turn signal inserts for these bullets back here. These are actually from Amazon. I looked at some of the more expensive ones, and for this build, it was one of those things. Do I want to spend 150 bucks on lens covers or get these for like 30 bucks and see how they do? Actually, I absolutely love them. We got the tri-bar things on the front, and I thought these looked really good on the rear. They're nice and tight. I mean, I can barely turn these. They've been on there for quite a while, and I can't get them off. So they're not going to fall off going down the road. And like I said, they're from Amazon. So I'll put a link in the description down below to those as well if you want to do those. So they'll fit any of the 2-inch bullet blinkers, whether it be a Softail or a touring model, it doesn't matter. As long as you have these bullet style blinkers, these will fit. So we talked a little bit about the custom 10 set. Now this is just a front fender that we got. We purchased an OEM tank from eBay and the Advan Black rear stretch fender. That way the painter had all three pieces and we could do that. So if you want to get your hands on that stretched rear fender, you can find that over on Advan Black. Like I said, I'll have a link to it there. And we do have some maintenance videos on this bike as well, as like how to change your brakes, how to do a 3-hole oil change on Softail. So check out that. That'll be in that series as well. I'll put a link to the series down below, so in case you want to check out each one of these individual pieces, or if you're interested in one piece or another, you can check out that install video, and the links for those products should be in that video as well. But I will list all of the parts that I have on here and where I got it, if it's still available, down in the description down below. So like I said, I did want to get the camera around the bike and talk about each individual thing that we did on the bike. In case you missed those videos, we've done this style video for the Street Glide and the Road Glide build as well. So I just wanted to make sure that we did a complete walk around video on this one, just in case you missed those videos and you're curious about different parts that are on this build. Now you know where we got them, and you know, I pretty much have an install video on, shows you how to install them on your bike. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel because we've got over 150 videos for you guys to watch, and most of those are maintenance or install videos, so you can check out parts that you may be interested in, actually see how to install them, and then actually see what they look like on the bike before you purchase them. I'm gonna go get myself back to work. I hope to see you in the next video, but until then, as always, be safe, keep your knees in the breeze. Hey, thanks for stopping by and checking out our videos today. If you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button, hit the little subscribe button popping up over here. If you want to check out more of our content, I've got 2 videos right here that'll get you started. Not really gonna say anything else, just click one of those videos and take you to another video.